So if you watched a little bit more of my house tour, specifically within the bathroom, I had forgotten to name this plant, which is Drymonia chiribogana. And I actually don't know a tremendous amount about this plant other than it is native to Ecuador, and I'm assuming it's probably a little bit more of an understory species. Although, if you are growing this plant or you know a little bit more about it, then give a shout out. However, I will tell you that I am growing it in a little bit of a barkier, well-draining mixture, even though this planter does not have any kind of planter hole. But I have to say, I do have a little bit more of moderate to high humidity in my bathroom. It's a small bathroom and it maintains a lot of humidity after a hot shower. And boy, do I like my hot showers. I know it's totally bad for your skin. And that creates a little bit more of high humidity within the space. And I have to say that I think this plant actually really enjoys it. And you might also see that it is kind of growing in a little bit more of a one direction right here because it's growing, it's hanging from this macrame hanger and it's kind of reaching out towards the light. So I'm letting it kind of grow in a little bit more of that awkward fashion. But I really do love kind of the silver and white veination within the leaf. I do think that is just quite beautiful and for this particular plant. And you could see that some of the new growth here has this kind of bronzy olive green kind of hue, which makes it also a little bit more beautiful. As far as fertilizing goes, I don't have much information about this plant, but usually when I don't have that much information, I'm just kind of fertilizing this on more of a monthly or sometimes a bi-weekly basis, with a well-balanced fertilizer. I have been using a little bit more organic fertilizers as of late, as opposed to synthetic fertilizers, so I'm not really splitting that in half, but if I was doing a well-balanced fertilizer from a synthetic source, then I would probably have that. So instead of a half a teaspoon per gallon, for instance, I would maybe doing a quarter teaspoon per gallon, but you'd basically want to follow the directions on the back of the fertilizer and then just have that from there. As far as propagation goes, I think that this is probably a little bit more of a stem cutting plant. So I don't know if this will actually root by just the leaf and the petiole. Again, give a shout out if you're a grower, if you're somebody who's actually rooted this particular plant a little bit more than I have, because I haven't. And so I can't tell you for certain. As far as watering goes, I water this about once a week, but it's also because I'm not giving it a tremendous amount of light. This is getting a much more gentler northeast facing light. It's not directly in the window and is also getting some of the ambient light in my bathroom. But I have to say it's been growing wildly well, which makes me think that this is a little bit more of an understory species.